party here today. Oh yeah, we are doing that, and we're about to play another great song for you. It's called Going Out Drinking, Causing a Stir. When I was a young adult, and I wanted to have a drink, in the days I started my first job as a manager of an ice creamery. I went to the pub every day to do my bookkeeping, and sometimes it really stressed me out. So I had to have too many beers. I spent about $50 every night, and I made some of the other patrons mad. Ugh! But because they were just normal folk there to have a few quieties. But that didn't bother me. And I went back to my books, and I couldn't understand why we were $2,000 short every time. And then this old man came in and bought me a few beers, and we went over to the jukebox and we played a few cool tracks like "We're not gonna take it, no, we ain't gonna take it," and "Not a dime we can to pay my rent, not a penny make it through the week." Oh yeah. And we were headbanging to that heavy metal sound so loud. "We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it." Yeah. And it made the other patrons mad. And when the manager of the pub threw us both out and said, "You two are the only ones who bring their work in with them, and you both are acting like little baby kids. So he said to us to think before you go out drinking and causing a stir." We went out to every park and took with us a case of beer, and we were playing with each other, a lot of drinking games, till we both passed outside the pub. I passed for an hour, and then I said, I got sick of it all. So I asked my mate for $50 for the next round. And then I went right home. So even if we do cross paths again, he's too drunk to remember me. That is a very good way to get some money, especially when we are young. But as you get older and your parents become you become parents yourself, you have to keep this part of you secret, because it is hard to cope with many things. But you can't handle your dad used to going out drinking and causing a stir. So now I sit down and I write this song, and everyone likes me a lot. I just saw a crummy rock singer now, but maybe that is better than what I was. I was the bookkeeper of the business, but it wasn't my cup of tea. But for the beers I liked to drink back then, it's easier to drink soft drink. Now, you see? I sometimes worry about whether that man could recognize me if he saw me again, or he is not learning from the mistakes and still hanging around pubs getting more money stolen every day. So come on, kids, let's all relax now, and I will tell you the story on how I became the best ever person who once went out drinking and caused a stir. And I say I did cause a stir, dudes. But could be reformed. We all could get reformed. And I hope you're all having a great party on this online concert live. Live here on cyberspace. Okay, right now, here's another song as we roll into it. It's called, as we're moving into the concert a bit more closer, I can remember having a joke. Knock, knock, who's there? Doctor who? You just said it. Going out, getting trapped by people who hate drinkers. You know how people try to trap the drinking generation? Well, this is, talking about, going out, getting trapped by people hating drinkers. A lot of people don't like that. So look, I love to go out drinking, but I have very few friends. I just buy myself a six-pack and drank it up by myself. And then I go a little crazy and piss off so many people. I tell the bank robber he's a moron, as he had just robbed the bank, and after that I told some young dudes that they are a lazy bunch of farts. Then I went into the movie theatre and said the little scared kids, and teased the little scared kids there, going, "You're just scared of the movie, you're just scared of the movie," by saying that they are a bunch of whips. I was very lucky, you know, because I handled it every day. When I said, I am just a special kind of critic who gets paid to do all that. But really, it's me who is the lazy fart. I'm just sitting there drinking my beer. And another thing, I can be a real baby as well. Like with my Coke as like a dummy. I have robbed plenty of banks in the past, you know, and that robber didn't do anything new. But if he really heard me, I would be quite dead, you know. So the best thing to do is to get drunk on any kind of liquor. But maybe after that people will trap me and keep me against my will. It wouldn't be bad, because I do like going out getting trapped by people hating drinkers. Those people aren't bad, you see, because they know I am still having fun, or I like having fun, and I ain't having fun being at home with my folks because they really don't understand what I do. You see, my dad wants me to be a teacher, to tell every kid what I know, because he remembers what my essays were like when I brought them home. And my dear sweet mum wants me to be the manager of a ladies' fashion shop, thinking of the time I sewed her dress up perfectly. Man, I hate this sort of pressure, so I went to the pub, and for the very first time I was with heaps of people who like me, who like me for me and not what they see in the big picture. So I sat right down and thought to myself that it is fun going out getting trapped by people hating drinkers. So I get drunk, and I am aware of the situation, that I will go out, I will get trapped, and these people are people who hate drinkers, whether it'll be Coke or lemonade or even a nice cold beer. A nice Coke, mate! And I don't care. Trap me all you want. You will never change my fucking mind. So piss off, you bastard. Oh, well, okay, I might be a bit of a wrong on the end, but that was a great song, and I've only got one more to go, okay? This is one more. Remember Margaret Thatcher died recently? We shouldn't make too much of her. If this offends anyone who likes Margaret Thatcher, you know, please don't worry, okay? Because I'm bimmy, Jarnes, you know. But I'm just saying, if this is a great way to finish up. It just explains a great way of my life. So this is it. It's called Nurse Thatcher, Head of Mental Health. I have just been diagnosed with high anxiety and depression because of the crap I had to deal with, like marriage breakups and losing my job on the fucking day for something the boss did wrong. I can't handle that because I love to work, and I don't want to join the dole queue. When I was in hospital, I had this nurse that looked terribly familiar, and not in a way, or I have never spoken to her. I just saw her on the telly or something. When she came with my meds, I figured it out. She's that fascist called Thatcher. And at that moment, I jumped up and said, I'm not seeing you because you are the cunt who screwed the poor in England during the 80s, you see. You put her hand on me and told me that it is stupid to let politics ruin our partnership. And I told her that I wouldn't be partners with a fascist like you ever in a million years. She told me she saw the error in her ways, and she works here to make amends, and I told her, how about back in 1986 when I was sacked from my job because the English cunts wanted more experienced workers with them, but that didn't work out because I went to work to have a coffee, and I am heaps better than them because they just made coffees and clocked off and went over to their rich homes or clubs to get hopelessly drunk, and that's having fun to you, hey cunt. But when I did it, you've had me thrown in the lockup just because I'm poor and mentally ill. Yeah, M. Thatcher said to me, why not let bygones be bygones, hey? I told her where she can stick her flaming bygones. Margaret Thatcher told me to just relax and times can be hard. Just can't expect a free ride, old bimmy, because those people in your job are more experienced, and also, which means they won't have a breakdown. So you need to take your medication and let us real workers take over because you look tired and stressed. I jumped right up and got the needle with HIV-infected blood and threatened to nurse Thatcher with it. To jab Nurse Thatcher with it. And then try to scare her so she could get PTSD over it. So I looked down at her. But there is no way I want her to live. She won't give a fuck. So I had to kill her then and there because she traps another poor soul. You see, we have the mental illness, but Thatcher's the one that's mental, a fucking right-wing bitch. But there is no way in any of the world out there that Nurse Thatcher will be head of mental health. In fact, her health is that she is mental in the head. M. Thatcher called security, and I was taken away. But I told her that I'll be back to scare her another day, you bitch. And I hope you all enjoyed that. And I'm just going to do one little song before we go. This will be one way to finish. Just a very good way to say, I get headaches from champagne. The pure alcohol does weird things to my brain. And while I had this revolting beverage, I will never, ever get a kick out of you. And everybody, see you later. That's it for my concert on cyberspace. Baby John saying goodbye, dudes. Bye-bye. And enjoy as we see it. Bye-bye.